Today on BCPOV, we jump, drop, and ride trails built by Walmart? Our road trip through North America continues. After a few hot and sweaty weeks in Florida, Yuka and I are heading northwest to the decidedly cooler Bentonville in Arkansas, the home of Walmart. And as we entered the city, it quickly became apparent the presence that Walmart has here. Of course they had the department store we all know, but there was also Walmart branded gas stations, convenience stores, fitness centers, a world room, a culinary center, the home office, a museum, and the original Walmart, called Walton's, named after the founder, Sam Walton. As one might expect, Walmart has made the Walton family a whole ton of money. And with that money, Sam Walton created a charity called the Walton Foundation, which is now run by his children and grandchildren. The foundation's main focus is on education and the environment. But a little bit of that Walmart cash has actually gone into building mountain bike trails in northwest Arkansas. And when I say a little bit of cash, I'm talking about $74 million. And that's as of 2018. It's likely a fair bit more now. With that money, they've built and maintained 163 miles of trails over 10 years. And while that number seems impressive, that's about $450,000 per mile of trail, which seems a tad pricey. So with a price tag like that, are the trails any good? Well, let's find out. Waking up bright and early, we started our ride in downtown Bentonville. We passed by the store that started it all, the original Walton 5 and Dime. Oh, the original, that's the original one. Oh, there's an ice rink here.
Yeah, last park in the summer.
And a minute and 30 seconds later, we're at our first trail. Oh yeah, here we go, so first trail already. But wait, who is this person guiding us? Well, to find out, we have to rewind back to the day before. And that started with Yuka and I riding the Free Ride Skills Park in the Slaughter Pen area. There were a set of drops going from small to large, with the last one featuring a step up onto the drop. The first two went fine, but fans of the channel might be able to predict how that last step up is going to go. Yep, that's right. Step-ups are my kryptonite. It all started with this step-up in the Whistler Bike Park last spring. But this is where our fortune changed that day. We crossed paths with a local ripper, a 17-year-old named Cooper. He knew how to ride the step-up and he offered to tow me in. Perfect. Let's do this.
Cool. All right. I'll follow you this time.
All right.
Still have a problem.
Ah, come on, Eric. Just send it.
You wanna try?
Yeah, maybe I will try.
All right. Well, maybe Yuka will have better luck following Cooper in.
Wrong gear!
She's not one to give up easily, though.
High five.
Ready?
Yeah, pre-high five, high five.
And she says something where I know she's committed to it.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Oh, she's gonna do it now.
Okay.
Yeah. I got backed. I got backed. Yeah.
You made it home.
I did. That was surprise. That was not the beautiful. That was not beautiful, but it's okay. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. She's such a superstar on a bike. There's no mental games for her. If she's made the decision, she just sends it.
I noticed it didn't go perfect, but you were still fine.
I was fine, yeah.
You kind of barely made it, but you still had tons of room.
Oh yeah. Where did I land?
Well, you rolled like right up the angle.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
That's bad.
She didn't do it quite perfectly though, but she made it, which gives me the confidence to do it.
There we go. The lip is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, you lose a lot of your speed as soon as you hit it, like whoop.
It wasn't quite perfect either, but with the feature unlocked, I can do it again and improve on it. After some more practice, Cooper had to go, but we agreed to meet the next day to ride some more.
Nice.
Which takes us back to the Walton store in downtown Bentonville. And like I said, our first trail, the All-American, is just a minute and a half away.
Oh yeah, here we go. So first trail already.
And it's filled with a ton of fun stuff to mess around on.
How grippy are these rocks when they're wet? Whoa! You got off the wire. Oh, here's some wood.
But as we ride through, you might be wondering, at 17 years old, shouldn't Cooper be in school right now? It is a Tuesday after all. Well, he's homeschooled, and mountain biking is basically his physical education class. Sounds pretty good to me.
Nice.
As we climbed up to our next trail, we saw a trail crew repairing a trail. This is actually a really common sight in Bentonville though. They're building and maintaining trails all the time here. Those Walmart dollars, hard at work. And speaking of those Walmart dollars, check out this platform as a start to the trails here. These hubs really are a hallmark of the style of building in Bentonville. And since the trail crew is working on Choo Choo, we head down Boo Boo.
All right, you ready, Yuka?
Oh yes.
Oh yes. That's fun.
Yeah.
As we continued on, it starts to become obvious that they'll put a trail anywhere here, including the side of the road.
Hard work.
But while all this stuff is good and fun, let's ramp things up a little by crossing this crosswalk to a trail called Barn Burner, a black jump line. Another hallmark of the building style out here is the way they build their jumps. Most of the jumps use these flat rocks to create these long-lasting lips. It takes a little getting used to as they're not as smooth as dirt, but in the end, they work well. It took us a few tries to clear them properly, but when we did, it was oh so satisfying.
That one's hard. Oh man.
Cooper took us to a small pump track, but what he really wanted to show us was a feature in another zone just north of here called Blowing Springs.
There's a couple cool little rock drops.
Oh, rock drops? Okay.
Yeah, they're just like huge rock slides. They're like 50 feet long. And it's like slants, so they just kind of drop down.
Oh, you roll them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rock slabs? I love rock slabs. And with a bit of a pedal, we had arrived.
So that's the,
Oh, drop. That's interesting, huh?
yeah,
Can you just crawl down it, go pretty slow?
I think so.
Yeah. Have you hit it?
I will here in a second.
An awkward climb to the top, and Cooper is ready. gonna send it?
Yeah.
Should be okay.
Oh,
Holy crap, you get a lot of speed.
yeah.
Once you're on, you gotta go. After a bit of an inspection, it's my turn. Yeah, it's not really that big. Oh,
No traction.
going up is harder. Woo. Nice. And Cooper wants to go again. Nice. He goes so fast. Yeah, I don't think you have to go that fast. There we go. By this time, we built up a bit of an appetite, so we headed over to the local fast food joint and filled up on some greasy goodness. But there was still one last trail we had to ride, a double black jump line back in the slaughter pen area. But first, we had to paddle past these amazing cliffs, followed by a harrowing creek crossing. Soon enough, we were at the top of the double black jump line called Blackbird. But this trail is pretty unique because of its surface. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Is it grippy?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like no other.
It's interesting. It has this kind of gravelly concrete surface. It's something called soil tack that is apparently used on BMX tracks. It's almost as if it's been paved, like a road, and it makes for the smoothest mountain bike trail I've ever ridden. It was so new to me that I didn't really know how much I could trust the grip in the corners. But nevertheless, we went down and gave it our best.
Did you see me get bucked?
No.
Oh my god, dude.
Scared yourself? At the beginning of the video, I talked about how much money the Walton Foundation had spent to build these trails and whether or not they're any good. But you know, I'd say they're pretty world class. Everything has been intelligently designed, making good use of the limited elevation they have here. Even the flat portions of trails have been filled with features to keep things interesting. On top of that, there are skills parks and pump tracks scattered all over the place. A lot of time and effort has gone into making the trails look good as well, especially the elevated trail hubs. But if I do have one criticism, it has to do with the more advanced jump lines. You just have to pedal so hard to make them work. In many other places, flow and jump lines require very little pedaling to clear the jumps. Just go trail speed and they work. But in Bentonville, you either need to be an extremely dialed jumper or you've got to pedal hard. But this fault is really just a side effect of the limited elevation they have in Bentonville. The trail builders really just want to maximize the elevation they do have, thus creating low-angle trails. But on the plus side, the kids growing up here will become amazing jumpers just due to the fact that the jumps are so difficult. On next week's video, we'll still be in Bentonville and we'll still be riding with Cooper. But this time we'll be riding the Kohler Preserve, where Yuka and I will work our way up to one of the biggest features in the area. It'll be a good one. But, as always, thanks for watching, and stay gnarly.